my fellow comic book collectors. Today is a very cool episode of The Price Variance. We're going to do one DC character that we really like on this channel and one Marvel character that we really like on Mark's channel. And I'm going to tell you right now that we're going to be showing some pretty awesome books. To start off with, we're going to see what Mark has for us for his first DC character. So what character do you have there, Mark?
Right. So one of my favorite DC characters of all time is Swamp Thing, largely because of the Alan Moore run in the 80s, which I think was sort of seminal for me because it was the first sort of adult comic written for adults that I read as an adult. Yeah, so Swamp Thing, Alan Moore is one of my favorite ever runs on comics, but we'll come to that because Alan Moore didn't create Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing was created by Len Wein and was first drawn by Bernie Wrightson in a very famous comic, House of Secrets, number 92. I bought this in the early 80s, probably for about, I spent quite a lot on it. I think it cost me about £40.
Oh, wow.
At a comic fair. But I've had it slabbed since. It came back as 7.0. I had it slabbed before I knew about pressing. Yeah, so I'm going to check the grader's notes, but it may go up half a grade or a grade if it's pressed, which can be a significant amount of money. This is worth $2,500 on this grade. So this is an expensive comic, but such a great cover, a great story by Len Wein, and a classic key comic. Right. So we have that one, which is the first appearance of Swamp Thing. And then we have Swamp Thing #1, again, written by Len Wein, and again, art by Bernie Wrightson. And the first 10 copies of Swamp Thing are the artwork by Bernie Wrightson. I think it's the best artwork on 10 consecutive comics ever. Right. So I had a slabbed copy of Swamp Thing #1 in an 8.0, but I was on Whatnot about a month ago, and on this guy's wall there was a copy of Swamp Thing #1 in an 8.0, but signed by Len Wein.
Oh, nice.
I negotiated for it. He had it up for $500 originally. We got down to $400, and I eventually bought it for $380, which I think was a pretty good deal. So here we go. Here's my Swamp Thing #1, signed here by Len Wein. It would be great if I'd also got Bernie Wrightson's signature on this, but then it would have probably cost me a bit more than $380. As I said, the first 10 issues of Swamp Thing, fantastic artwork by Bernie Wrightson. I'm just showing a couple here. I could show all 10, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to show a couple.
And that's #2?
That's #5.
5. Which is the appearance of Arcade?
I don't know.
Okay.
Pass.
I think it's 2.
Is it 2?
Yeah.
And this one I really like because, of course, it's got my two favorite DC characters on the cover. So we've got Batman and Swamp Thing, and that's such a fantastic. Look at the colors, look at the composition with Swamp Thing standing on the sill. I mean, absolutely, this is an artist at his peak, in my view. The whole thing is just magnificent. Then that series stopped. It didn't run for that long. I think it sort of went to about 20 odd issues or something like that.
I think it was like around 20.
And then it restarted again but it was renamed Saga of the Swamp Thing. And here we have Saga of the Swamp Thing #1. This is not really that great a comic, other than the fact that it's Saga of Swamp Thing #1. Right, so that is my pre-Alan Moore Swamp Thing. And when I come back after Alan has done some comics, I will show you my Alan Moore Swamp Things.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Swamp Thing too. My son, it's his favorite character. So he even has he has this green poncho, not poncho, but like pullover that he wears that's got like Swamp Thing on it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he loves Swamp Thing. So I actually gave him a copy of Swamp Thing #1. So he really likes Swamp Thing. Okay, so my character is going to be Catwoman. And I'm trying to do a propaganda campaign about Catwoman. So, people debate about 180 versus 181 and all those kind of things. And in 180 of Hulk 180, you actually see, Wolverine, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay. In Batman 1, like from 1940, Batman 1.
Yeah.
You never actually see Catwoman. You never see her. She's not in Batman 1.
Okay.
They mention her so they get some newspaper and it says cat, the cat, and not even Catwoman, the cat strikes again, somebody's like robbing places and they never actually see her. Okay. Now, Selena Kyle though is in Batman 1. Okay.
So it's not appearance of Selena Kyle.
Selena Kyle. Now, Batman #2, you still the same kind of thing. Okay. And but Batman 3, #3 is the first appearance in costume, and a very bad costume, of Catwoman. And that's this book. So,
wow. Very
okay.
nice.
So yeah, and actually got a really good deal on it. Even though it's restored, it's a pretty pricey book. I actually saw the same book in a lower grade restored, and it was twice as much as I paid.
Yeah,
it was like a 1.5.
That looks really nice. I mean,
it's really sharp. And I actually think
like
that
it's had professional restoration done on
it. It says moderate, but it's a little bit of color, I guess pieces added and color touch.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what the pieces added are. I'm somewhat worried about that part, but I think it
looks great. It's preserved.
Yeah. It's very pretty, I would say. It's a very pretty book. And yeah, I really like it. So I was super happy when I won this. This is one of my grails. There's another book that I'm looking for and I'm negotiating on that I can't say because you guys are going to steal it. So I can't let you steal it. So that's the first appearance of Catwoman in costume and Catwoman. And they actually have a story called where she's actually named as Catwoman instead of the Cat. Okay, so that's, to me, truly her first appearance. Okay, so but I want to show you kind of a few books of Catwoman over the years. And I'm going to show you this one little series, and this is actually the series that got me into Catwoman. So I'm just going to show you this one little series, and then I'll let you show some more stuff. It's this series. It's like a mini series called Catwoman.
Yeah.
And I forget who wrote it. Mindy Noel and JJ Birch and Michael Blair. So very good miniseries, actually. It sort of sets up a very different Catwoman. It sets her up where, you see her kind of learn how to be Catwoman, which I thought was kind of very interesting. In it, it's very similar to the Catwoman from the new Batman, where she has short hair, and the reason she's told to get short hair, like she originally, you can see her right there. Originally she has like long hair, but the reason she cuts her hair short is she gets like some martial arts training basically. And they say, well, if you have long hair, somebody can grab that. And you're like, it's not really smart to have long hair. So this is Catwoman. I believe this is from 1989. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So that's the first one.
Yeah, it's a nice series. It's a nice series that I've got.
Very good series. Yeah. And it's got. No, it's not. That's sad. I was a big specker into Catwoman because I really liked the series, but it never became valuable. No. It's not an expensive series at all. But it is one of those ones that is worth reading. It's a really good series. Number 3.
Yeah, nice cover.
And yeah, I really like them. And it's like kind of more very nice. This is kind of like almost pencil art.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. So I was a big fan of Catwoman. I liked my bad girls in the early 90s. So Catwoman was one of those bad girls.
Yeah.
So those are my first 5 books, and I'll show a bunch more.
Well, that was very nice. I'm now very jealous of your Batman 3. Right. Okay, so I showed you my pre-Alan Moore Swamp Things, and now I'm going to show you my Alan Moore Swamp Thing. So Alan Moore took over the writing of Swamp Thing with the Saga of the Swamp Thing number 20. And interestingly, would you like to guess who was the editor?
It's not like Alan Moore.
Alan Moore wrote it. The editor was Len Wein.
Oh, so Len Wein actually was editor by that point.
He edited the first few issues of Alan Moore's run on Swamp Thing. Yeah.
Len Wein is like really awesome. Very underrated guy.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So this was the start of Alan Moore's run on Swamp Thing, and if you go and look at go collect, Swamp Thing 19 has got about 19 graded issues. When you hit Swamp Thing 20, there's about 500 graded issues. It's
I know that is a major key.
Yeah, it is.
When Alan Moore gets on it, then it becomes like collected.
Exactly. Just a couple, some of the covers that I like. Now, one of the artists that Alan Moore worked with on Swamp Thing was just brilliant. It was called Tottleben, John Tottleben. And he had a sort of art style that was really worked with Alan Moore's stuff. And also the letterer, John Constanza, the lettering is really good as well. So this is sort of, is it Swamp Thing's love interest? She's called Abby, sort of. I mean, she sort of sticks around throughout the Alan Moore run. It carries on after the Alan Moore run. This next one is fantastic, and seek this one out because this is not that expensive. It is Swamp Thing. This is still Saga of the Swamp Thing, but it doesn't say Saga of on the cover. And it's number 33. And the reason this is so brilliant is it's a homage to the House of Secrets 92. Not only that, but it actually reprints House of Secrets 92 in the main body of this. So Abby is in a sort of dream world, and she meets Cain and Abel, and they take her to the House of Mystery. And they tell the story that gets told in House of Secrets 92. So this is a great one, and of course Len Wein and Bernie Wrightson are credited in this because that story was by them. So, and this is Tottleben cover,
and that's number 33.
33, yeah, really good one. It's $9,800. So you can pick.
Oh, that's really cheap.
Pick a raw up.
I was trying to pick up that book because I like the homage.
You like the homage ones, yeah. Another one, and again I've just picked, it's a cover pick. This again, John Tottleben cover art, and we've got Swamp Thing and Abby in an embrace in a swamp. she must get wet a lot. This.
Yeah, I know.
And then the final Alan Moore wrote Swamp Thing for 3 years, three and a bit years. Started in 84, finished in 87. And here's the final issue of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. It's number 64. and we see Swamp Thing and Abby walking off together into the sunset. And the story in this one is called Good Gumbo. So this is a sort of nice feel-good issue, ending Alan Moore's run on Swamp Thing. There's a really not on the letter in the letters page here. There's a good page-long letter from Alan Moore to the fans and to all the people he's worked with on Swamp Thing, saying thanks. So this is a really nice issue to get as well, even cheap. Yeah. You know, I find
it'd be nice. It would be nice to have that complete run of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. I think that's
I've got the complete run, so it's in fact, I've got Swamp Thing up to 174 actually. So,
oh wow, I didn't realize it ran that long, because I know that they've had like multiple series, right?
Yeah, no. So he handed over to a writer called Rick Vetch, who I also quite like. Yeah, so he's not writing on that one. In fact, Rick Vetch did actually work with Alan Moore on a couple of the issues, so he did a sort of
so he trained him.
Yeah, he did a bit of apprentice training.
That's good. I mean, that's the way it should be done, right? Where you kind of, that way you can carry over the legacy, right?
Yeah, this one's a really nice one. This is annual number 2.
Yeah, that's a key.
That's a key. There's lots of people on here. We've got Etrigan the Demon. We've got the Phantom Stranger. We've got Dead Man. Who else is on here?
It's basically just the cameo of Justice League Dark.
Yes, yeah. So that's a really nice one. Annual number 2, and again, that's an Alan Moore issue. And again, John Totleben. And then finally, I've just got a couple of really later ones. This is just a fun cover. It just says "Never Trust a Constantine," because of course John Constantine first appears in the pages of Swamp Thing number 37.
Yeah.
So John,
actually, his cameos in 35. Not many people know that.
Okay,
that's
I'm going to get my 35 out and have a look.
Yeah. It's a cameo.
This one's quite nice. Swamp Thing 122. And the reason I'm just showing this is got a pin-up by Arthur Adams and Charles Vess. So there's an Art Adams drawing of
nice
Swamp Thing in there. And another.
Did you collect? Do you have the modern Swamp Thing? The one that just came out.
I've got the latest run.
The ones that just came out are really, really going up.
Yeah, no, because it's written by Ram V, who is one of the hot writers. This one's I just think it's a great fun cover. Swamp Thing's head is on a platter. So it's some strange society of corrupt nobles who sort of hold strange dinners, and they've got the head of Swamp Thing on there, and they also have a 10-year-old boy that they're going to eat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Luckily, Swamp Thing's head turns into the 10-year-old boy's dog and kills all the nobles. Yeah, so it's usual Mark Miller stuff. This is Mark Miller writing.
Oh, okay.
Then we have the latest run of Swamp Thing, which I do recommend. It's by one of my favorite modern writers, up there with James Tynion IV, a guy called Ram V. This is Swamp Thing number 1 from Ram V's run, and it is signed by Ram V. He was at Thought Bubble. I got him to sign my Swamp Thing number 1. This ran for 10 issues, and it's coming back. It's just come back for another 6 issues.
I think it's under Dark, their Dark label.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, and it's a different Swamp Thing. This isn't Alec Holland. This is, I think, Ram V is from Indian descent, and I think I haven't read these yet, but I think I'm saving them up because there's 10 of them to read, so it'll be a big read.
Yeah.
But it's got very good reviews, and as you say, it's going up in price quite quickly. So there we go. My favourite, and Ram V. I've seen him interviewed a few times, and his key inspiration is, of course, Alan Moore. So yeah, very good writer. So that's my Swamp Things.
Okay, so I'm gonna show some more Catwoman. So Catwoman, like as I was showing, like, okay, so Catwoman's first appearance, it's basically just a silly cat mask. It's like I always want you to show it when I show the Batman 3, because you don't see it on the cover. And they never actually, I'm not sure if they ever show her on the cover with that really crappy costume. I'm not sure. It's later that she appears. I think it's at Batman 42, somewhere around there.
I showed it last week. Batman 42, first cover appearance of Batwoman.
First cover appearance.
Yeah,
it's his first cover appearance in Batman of Wonder Woman, of Catwoman. And then she actually makes her first cover appearance in Detective Comics.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's an issue I really want to get. But I brought a bunch of other stuff. I figure I should show her kind of like when she does get her, like, or in the Silver Age, when she shows that costume. So we got Lois Lane 71. And this is the costume that we all know and recognize, this kind of purpley costume. And this is her first Silver Age appearance. Yeah. Now, what I actually recommend people get is this book and 72. Because 72 is like, it's the same arc, and it's also got Catwoman, and it's a good book to pick up. But I'm going to show you some more 80s and 90s Catwoman. So another artist that I really like, and I like him because he does a lot of good girl art, and I basically have the complete run of this, is Jim Ballant.
Oh yes, that's nice. Yeah.
Basically, this is the sexy version of Catwoman. So one of the things that with Catwoman is she's kind of a sexy character. She's got that, good girl, bad girl kind of thing
she's
going
got
on.
That feline body, hasn't she?
Yeah. And if you think about it, like almost like the Eartha Kitt of the classic Batman show, where she's kind of plays it sexy, and they play Catwoman very sexy in the 60s. Yeah. And Jim Ballant really tapped into that sexiness. Like some of his panels are pretty sexy. So this is Catwoman 1. And I'll just show a few of the issues. So look, the clothes seem to always get ripped just where it needs to be ripped. Catwoman 2. And she always does these kind of like, very sexy poses kind of thing. So I really liked his run on Catwoman. So I'm going to just keep on showing a bunch. Actually, there's a really great one. Now I had actually a discussion about this one. I'm going to show it because there's like 20 issues or so, but this is a kind of interesting one because this is I think Butterfly or something. Zephyr, that's what it is. So she has like kind of this butterfly mask and kind of this kind of yellowy costume. Yeah. So this character, I think, was Jim Ballant's inspiration for his Tarot the Black Rose. Okay. So that's a character that he currently runs, his current thing. Yeah. So this was like several years before. Yeah. But it's almost like he liked this character so much that he decided to continue making stuff about it and just rename the character. So this is Catwoman, and this is just a better shot of her, that other character.
Very nice.
So I thought, so those were nice. And then I was going to show. So then we get another costume, and I don't have more of this, but it's like this is the black costume that also she's kind of known for. Yeah. This is the first appearance of like Cat Girl or something like that. Doesn't say. Does it say? No, it doesn't say. Like this is the little girl up here.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is the first paint. But yeah, this is the other costume that people kind of recognize. So it's either the purple costume or this black costume. And I kind of want to show that. And that's it for my Catwoman. I didn't bring a lot. I actually have like a whole like news section of like the latest ones, but they're kind of buried right now, so I couldn't get them.
So the guy we were talking about writing on Swamp Thing wrote Catwoman last year. So he wrote about 10, 12 issues of Catwoman last year, all with Jenny, all the ones with the Jenny Frison.
Yeah, Jenny Frison. I have all those.
Yeah,
so those are really
great
awesome.
because you got Ram V writing and Jenny Frison covers. So that's a must for
I know it was a really
Catwoman.
good
Catwoman.
Yeah, I mean they're awesome covers. Like yeah, I'm a big fan of Jenny Frison.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I have all those. I just don't have them handy. So yeah. But that's so that's Catwoman. If you're like, I'm gonna
Catwoman would definitely be in my top 5 DC characters. So you've done a good
there. Yeah, and the funny thing about Catwoman is she's been in they've had her in so many different forms over the years. Like in the TV series, she was one way. In I think probably my favorite Catwoman is Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, of course. For men of a certain age, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman is definitely
because she had the sexiness but she also had almost that split personality to Catwoman.
Yes. Yeah.
Where, she's kind of that, very, librarian almost. And then she has this sexy, like, the sexy librarian, like, but yeah, I thought I really like that.
Come off and the cat suit goes on.
Exactly. And I wasn't a big fan of Halle Berry. Halle Berry, that was actually one of the worst DC movies in terms of it's like the money that it made. I think it lost like 100 million or something crazy. So
I like Halle Berry as an actress, but I agree with you. I don't think she was she definitely not my favorite.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Halle Berry actually. I mean, I think she can look good, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of her acting. I feel like it's like overhyped. I don't know. I'm not sure. But so yeah, that's Catwoman. Do you have any more Swamp Things to show or
all done?
Okay, good. So yeah, so that's part 1. Part 2, actually I have way more books to show. I kind of went overboard for part 2. And I'm going to show those. And Mark, I'm sure, has something interesting too. So I recommend anyone that's watching this right now, click the link below and go over to Mark's channel to check out part 2, because we're going to show some pretty awesome stuff. So thanks again, Mark, for coming on.
It's a pleasure. Thanks, Alan.
Okay.